Have you ever asked for a gift and prayed for a blessing and then received the blessing or the gift, but you didn't recognize it at the time as being that blessing that you prayed for or that gift that you asked for because it didn't come wrapped in the packaging that you would want it to be wrapped in? It didn't come wrapped in the Tiffany colored box or the big red bow or the nice yellow ribbon. And then later on you realize that it was indeed the gift that you asked for, but you didn't recognize it at the time, and you ended up re-gifting it and giving it to someone else, and then you saw how that person that you gave it to found an awesome use for it. And then secretly inside yourself, you felt a little resentment and you wanted the gift back. Sometimes that's what happens when God disguises you and sends you into the lives of other people. Sometimes he'll disguise you and you don't recognize that that person that was sent into your life was sent as the blessing that you asked for, that you prayed for, that you wanted so desperately to have. That sometimes God will shield that person and protect them for two reasons. One, he wants to see how you will handle a person that you perceive as someone that you don't think you would need. And two, he wants to see how that person who he sent is going to respond to the way that you mishandle them. It's a twofold. Not only was that person sent to you as your blessing, they was also sent to you as your karma. How you treat them is your karma, and how that person responds to the way that you treat them is their karma. So it's a twofold. So you asked for the blessing, God sent you the blessing, but he disguised it, and you saw that person as someone that you didn't think that you would need, not realizing that this was indeed the blessing that you prayed for. But again, because it didn't come wrapped in a packaging that you would recognize, you didn't perceive them as being a gift. So you mishandled them. You misused them. You mistreated them. You neglected the gift. Someone that could have added to your life as well as you could have added to theirs. But sometimes people come into relationships with selfish agendas. Some people come into your life to heal, to restore, to reset a missing balance that's in your life. But when you come with a hidden agenda, with your own selfish ideas or needs, naturally, you don't come into the relationship with good intentions, because a healthy-minded person is always thinking, how can I be a blessing to this person that's in my life? And if you are indeed thinking the same way that that person is thinking, then both of you are always continuously pouring in each other's cup. There's no lack. There's nothing missing, because you both feel each other's needs. You pour into them. They pour into you. You give into them. They give into you. If they see that there is a lack or something that's missing in your life, anybody with a healthy-minded mentality would only want to help you fill those areas that you have that are missing. But if you come into a relationship with a selfish intent or a selfish agenda, you're not thinking of filling that person's cup. In fact, you're taking and you're depleting that person. While they're trying to fill you, you are only trying to fill yourself. But they were the blessing that you asked for. You asked God to send you a healthy-minded individual that will bring a good sense of peace into the relationship. And he sent that. But again, because it didn't come wrapped in the Tiffany box or the right colored bow, or that the packaging wasn't to your liking, you didn't see them as being the blessing that you asked for, so you mishandled them. God was testing you. He sent that person into your life as a test. Not only just a blessing, but a test to see how you would handle someone that you thought you did not need, not knowing that they were the very gift that you prayed for. That's why you have to be careful how you treat people, because you never know who God uses or who he disguises. Even he says in his word, be careful who you entertain, because you entertain angels unaware. So you don't know who God is bringing into your life, or who he's going to use and how he's going to use them. That's why you have to be mindful, again, of how you treat people. Some people, again, come into your life to restore, especially if you have been in relationships where you feel like all of these relationships were, for example, abusive to you, where you feel like you have only met people that were not healthy for you, and you got tired of that type of connection, and you ask God to send you someone different, someone who would love you right, someone who would treat you right, someone who would consider you and be faithful to you and loyal to you and decent to you and consider you in all areas. And he sent you that. But because you have a mentality of dealing with abusive men or abusive women, you find it hard to adjust to the fact that God sent you someone different. So instead of you changing your mentality to match the blessing that he gave you, you in turn try to change the person that he sent to you. You try to make them more like what you were used to. Instead of preparing yourself for the blessing that God sent you, you try to damage and ruin the person that he sent. He sent you the healthy-minded person. He sent you the person that was going to be considerate to you and love you and be loyal to you and decent to you and consider you in all areas. But because you failed to change your mindset to match the gift that you asked for, when it showed up, you were not ready. Instead, you tried to make that person into someone that you were used to. You wanted them to be abusive. You wanted them to be neglectful to you. You wanted to be not considerate. And when they came into your life and they were not those things, then it made you feel uneasy, because it took you out of a place of your own comfortability. Comfortable, safe, secure is not what you are used to. So instead of you changing your mindset so that you can be comfortable, safe, and secure, you allowed yourself to stay in those low vibrational, hurtful, abusive places, and you try to make that person into what you were used to. So you push away the blessing because you don't think that person is what you asked for. But they indeed were the person that you asked for. You just didn't see it. They were too safe for you. They were too comfortable for you. A mind that's full of chaos and confusion would not even be able to fathom the thought of having peace. Peace would be your disturbance. Peace would be uncomfortable to you, especially when you are used to being in a chaotic situation or abusive relationships where there's always chaos and drama and confusion and cheating and lying and deception and all those sorts of things. When you are used to being in that environment, in that place of uncomfortability, of that place of toxicity, of that place of dysfunction, someone who comes into your life who mirrors the opposite of what you are used to is naturally going to be a disturbance and a discomfort to you. Peace is going to disturb you. Loyalty is going to disturb you. Their ability to consider you is going to disturb you. Because they don't cheat on you, it's going to disturb you. Because they're not disloyal to you, it's going to disturb you. Anyone who's used to sitting in toxicity and someone comes into their life that's the opposite of what they're used to, it's going to cause a disturbance in your spirit. Why? Because it's unfamiliar. You're not used to someone considering you. You're used to being cheated on. So the fact that this person who's come into your life is a faithful individual, it bothers you. It bothers you that they're not out doing God knows what with God knows who. It bothers you that they are where they say they're going to be. It bothers you that they come home when they say they're going to come home. It bothers you that they're not sneaking and creeping and doing all kinds of things behind your back, because you're not used to that. A person who's used to being in an abusive relationship, a physical abusive relationship, if you meet a man or a woman and they're not putting their hands on you, it bothers you. Because you have developed a sense of tolerance to toxicity. You have developed a sense of comfort with discomfort. So now that this person's come into your life and they've introduced to you a sense of calmness and peace, and they don't put their hands on you, it's disturbing your comfortability. Now you're wondering what they're doing because they're not being toxic to you. Not knowing that this was indeed the person that you prayed for, but because they weren't wrapped in a gifting packaging that you were used to seeing or expecting to see, you dismissed the gift because they didn't bring you what you were used to. But this is what you asked for. You asked for, God, send me someone who will see me, who will love me, who will be there for me, who will care for me, who will shield me and protect me and will respect me. And then knock, knock, knock. Here's the gift. But you weren't ready. So because you are used to living in toxicity and confusions and chaos and drama, and this gift that came didn't come with any of that, you don't recognize it as being a gift because you are bored with the fact that they don't bring you any drama. Toxicity is comfortable to you. That you don't recognize peace when it shows up. Dysfunction is comfortable to you. That you don't recognize calmness when it shows up. Their peace is your disturbance because you don't find any comfort in quiet. There has to be some kind of chaos or some kind of confusion. There has to be some type of drama or some kind of uproar. They have to be cheating. They have to put their hands on you. They have to disrespect you. They have to neglect you. They have to reject you in order for you to feel comfortable. That's dysfunctional. So to pray for a gift and then get the gift, and then you not recognize that it was the gift that you prayed for. So you dismiss it because you don't see them as someone that you think you need. But you asked for this blessing and you rejected the blessing. You regifted it and you gave it to somebody else because they didn't come in your familiarity. They didn't come as a familiar gift to you. You didn't like the packaging. So now someone else is enjoying the blessing that you rejected. So now you've gone back to what's familiar to you. The chaos, the drama, the confusion. Let me remind you that that's not love. That that's not healthy. That toxicity is not normal. And anyone who comes into your life that's comfortable with sitting in toxicity, that is a clear indication that you need to run the other way. Especially if you know that you don't come with those sorts of bags. Everybody has baggage, but you get to decide what you are going to carry. And in this season, we're not carrying anybody's bags that don't belong to us. We come with peace in this season. We come with joy in this season. We come with happiness in this season. We come with filled cups in this season. We're not looking for anybody to fill our cups. Our cup is already running over and we are giving from the overflow. That is the season that we're in. So to all the dysfunctional people that refuse to change, that keep asking God to bless them with healthy relationships, the number one thing you need to do to prepare yourself to receive such a gift is change your mindset. That is the message. I hope this helps somebody. I hope this sits well in somebody's spirit. I hope it's hitting home because this is a new season of elevation where we are raising the vibrational frequencies in love. And we are coming with wholeness, with peace, joy, and love. And we are raising the collective vibrational frequency in that manner. And we're creating healthy relationships. I hope this message helps someone. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you in the next message. Thanks.